All right, everybody, here we go. This will be just a quick follow-up to, I think it was part 94, I said. So this will be 94A. Excuse me while I finish swallowing that bite there. Hey, if you ain't ever had them, it's the Love's truck stops carrying the Eisenberg hot dog, and then there's some Schwab stuff. I think I got an Eisenberg hot dog and a Schwab's smoky cheddar or something like that. Maybe they're both Eisenberg, I don't know, but pretty good. And I know, yes, I'm supposed to be going vegetarian and all this, and I am, and trying to get more of my diet that way. Like I said, meat's not prohibited, but you should have a more plant-based, vegetable-based fruit and brands and stuff like that diet. Anyhow, but unfortunately, a lot of my diet is dictated by time and ease. So this was quick and easy, and so that's why I grabbed them. Anyhow, getting back to part 94 there, I forgot. I was trying to make the point about I believe it's Greek mythology. The point, the guy got punished and he had to push the rock up the hill all the time and fall down. He push it again. You can look at that as punishment. I'm sure that was one of the things, but I said it can be like a struggle. Some people will struggle and struggle, never, even if they reach the top of the hill, it seems like they're always having to start over. And part of that can be, they're never satisfied. That rock can represent, punishment, or it can just be a metaphor for a lot of things. Ambition, desire, lust, greed, being unsatisfied in life. Maybe you should stop halfway up the hill and be happy. It can be anything, is my take on it. And then if somebody says, you should finish high school, you'd remember that guy's name and what the story's about. It's like the same with dissecting a frog. I didn't see any point for that in my life, where that was going to be relevant to my future any way, shape, or form. So, there's a lot with education and schooling we need to look at. Let's get rid of the bullshit. We'll still have all the options there. What's your interest? What do you want to pursue? Types of deals. Instead of lumping everybody into this generic thing where, like halftime, student don't want to be there. Like I said, I dropped out in the 9th grade. To me, making money, I wish I would have saved that money and not blown it. Which I'll tell the youth now and everything, and we should all look at our lives, what we spend our money on, and how many of the problems should, where should we be spending our wealth? There's a verse in the Quran that says about managing your money and stuff, and don't be a spendthrift unless you'll end up in penury. So there's a lot of things we could spend. I mean, do you really need that case of beer this weekend, or that weed, or whatever? Maybe you take some of that money you put in savings. Maybe you take some of it and give it to charity, something. You know what I'm saying? So, do you have to have everything under the sun? Right now, man, whew, Gibson has some nice historic custom shop 50s and 60s guitars that I would just love to have. And it's real tempting not to pop into Guitar Center or order from Sweetwater or one of these places. Exactly what I want. But right now, the economy, what the future holds and all this and everything, I think I better hold on to that $6,000, whatever it was, until, and then I look at it practically. Do I really need it? No, I don't. At my age, no. Would it be very nice to have, and does it sound oh so sweet? Yes. But would a 1500 Studio Les Paul fit more of my needs in the application of just something to mess around on? Yes, it would. So we have to be practical sometimes, and hey, there's nothing wrong at certain points in your life of getting that thing you want here and there. You can't make a habit of it. Just like, hey, an ice cold Corona on some day. I mean, let's look at a little Americana here. You know, I grew up in Jersey and everything. Springsteen, muscle cars, your girl, the whole 9 yards and everything. Hey, to me, a nice shady tree with a hammock, your muscle car, you just got done working on it, and you're swinging in the hammock with your baby, drinking a nice cold beer. That's a picture of happiness, what I was growing up on, you know. So, even though I don't drink, do I think, man, a nice ice cold beer sitting in the shade somewhere right now would be all right. And but I gave all that up when I was 24. Even when I met my my wife at the who was going to be my wife at the time, is my ex-wife now. I told her, because the first thing she wanted to do was go out to a bar. So no, that's if you want to have anything to do with me, and it wasn't like a mandate or anything, I was just being clear about it. I've got no time for the horse shit in my life anymore. You know, I started all that crap when I was 14, and by the time I was 24, I was like, I got no time for this no more. So, you know, I say I don't drink, and I can clearly tell you I don't, but through the years, have there been times I have had a beer or two, and I mean two, or a margarita when I went out to dinner with somebody or whatever? Yes. Not very often. You can count them on, you know, it's probably less than two hands. And I got people close to me who will verify that. I very seldom ever would have something, and it'd be one. If we had family over, would come over and watch a football game or something like that, or a Super Bowl or something, I go out and buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack, whatever, of something. I might have one beer during the game, maybe two, and then either the rest went home with whoever was there, or it sat in my refrigerator, and I can tell you all of them would still be there a year later. Until I finally was like, I guess I better throw these things out. So, I know I was very susceptible to drugs and alcohol. I wish I had all the money and the time of my youth that I wasted on that horse shit. And so that's why I stay away from it. I don't even tempt myself, you know, or try not to tempt myself thinking, yeah, it's a nice hot day. Nothing would be wrong. You know, if I'm laid over somewhere, go get a room. They got a nice restaurant. Hey, I'll have that one margarita. I don't want to fall back into it. I just don't. So anyway, the point about the rock and everything, that can be whatever. That can be addiction. You're trying to beat addiction, and it's going up and down. And some people, well, that's a hell of a punishment, you know, because that was the moral, the gist of the story is punishment. It doesn't necessarily have to mean punishment. Maybe in the retelling of it, it got switched to punishment, instead of having the many meanings I think it does. So I just wanted to clear that up. It can be whatever that rock can represent your obsession with anything, your ambition. It can represent your struggle with anything that you're trying to overcome. So it can represent good or bad, however you want to look at it. So I wanted to clear that up. I didn't just want people to think I meant one thing when I brought that up in the previous video. So like I said, next one, part 95, will have to do with health insurance and ideas on health care. I think there's a lot people don't understand about how that all works, and I think that's a shortcoming of our politicians and stuff, and especially the last administration to go around with Obamacare and stuff. Instead of them laying it all out on the table and look, this is how things work, and if we put this in effect, this is how it's going to affect you and stuff. No, they lied. They lied about everything. So, like I said, I got a lot of ideas, a lot of things do gradually make life better for people in this country. It would make the path of living a good, decent life, working towards your goals, staying on a good path, look more advantageous, and would make choosing the a life of crime, doing drugs, being antisocial, and just full of hate about everything. Looked like a really stupid way to go. So, and maybe that's part of pushing that rock. Maybe you're on the, maybe it's looking at things in the past. Being stuck in the past. I keep saying it's 2020 in these videos. A lot of them, you hear me. It's 2020. It's time to move on. Why aren't we doing this? Why are we doing that? Why are people still focused on that? There's a lot of hatred in this country by African Americans towards whites because of slavery. Something happened 150 years ago. You didn't suffer it. I didn't do it to you. We're not all racist. But it seems, and there's people who make a living off pushing that agenda all the time and corralling people into that mentality. Hey, Whitey's the enemy, Whitey's the enemy, Whitey's the enemy. And the slightest little thing, it's, hey, they shot a criminal. Time to take to the streets and everything. What if white people acted that way? What if we generalized every black person into the actions of one black person? One black guy goes out and does something wrong, kills somebody, we take to the streets and we take it out on the whole black population. Because that's what we're feeling on this end now. You want to know what white people are thinking? That's what we're feeling now. You're blaming us, and anytime anything happens, look what you're doing. A cop shoots somebody, a criminal, and it's even justified, a justified shooting. And you're taking to the streets, and you're burning down businesses and looting, and you're justifying it, and you're saying, oh, it's reparations and all this. Wait a minute. You don't like to be stereotyped and lumped into one group because of the actions of one person of your race, but you think we do? Come on. You think we do? Do you think we're going to take it much longer? I'm telling you, I'm out here, I'm going back and forth across the country. And what Dim Limon said about the polls, hey, they're losing ground. You're losing ground big time. Because there's a lot of people middle of the road or non-committal to politics or anything like that who are saying, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to vote for Trump. I've had enough of this crap. Screw this. And it's like people in the cities and stuff. Even Democrats changing their minds. Hey, get some federal help in here. Get some law enforcement in here. Like I said before, lots of it's pride than politicians. I'm not going to ask that Trump anything. I'd rather watch people's businesses and homes and everything go up in smoke and people be shot in the streets and tear gassed and everything else. I'd rather watch all that than ask that son of a bitch for help. In some cases, it's their pride. In other cases, it's they know they'll piss off their demographic and they won't get voted again. So instead of doing what's right and securing their city, they get if the forest is on fire, they get no problem asking for federal help. No problem, because everybody can agree on that. Forest fires need to be put out. Got no help, no problem taking help from other states. Got no problem taking federal help. Cities on fire, people rioting in the streets. No, we're not going to ask for no help. Does that make sense for you? You're a lunatic if that makes sense to you. All right, wish everybody the best out there. Be safe on the road. God bless. Good luck to y'all. Get you one of these Eisenberg hot dogs. Or wait, that's the smoky cheddar. Not bad. And I wish you the best. We'll see you next time. Adios.